Hi, I'm Joe Landry, and this is a presentation about Franklin, Massachusetts, the past and the present. In this video, we'll see pictures of Franklin as it once existed, and we'll compare them with recent pictures that were taken from the same spot. Pleasant Street. This is a picture from the 1940s that shows Mucciaroni's garage. And this is what's there today. Pond Street. This is the North Franklin Schoolhouse as it appeared in the early 1900s. Today, it is the VFW Post 3402. Emmons Street. This is a view of Emmons Street around the turn of the century, the early 1900s. And this is what it looks like today. This school was built in 1893 as the Horace Mann High School. In the mid-1930s, this school was reconfigured to become an elementary school and then became the Horace Mann Elementary School. And this is the plaza that is there today. Nason Street. This is the Nason Street School that was built in the 1880s. Today, that area is a playground for children. Church Square. This building was constructed in the late 1890s. It was built as a parochial school, but in 1900, St. Mary's Church burnt to the ground, and so they converted this school into a church, and it became St. Mary's Church. In 1923, that building was destroyed by fire, and the new St. Mary's Church was constructed. Arlington Street. This is the Arlington Street School. In 1942, the school was heavily damaged by fire and could not be saved. It was demolished after that. This is what it looks like today. Railroad. This picture was taken in 1931 after a fire in the mill over on Alpine Place happened. And here it is today. This picture was taken in the 1940s from the town bridge. And as you can see, there was a water tower at that time. And this is that same area today. If you look very carefully, you can actually see the cement footings that are still in place from the water tower. Summer Street. This picture was taken around the 1920s and looking towards town. This is what it looks like today. In the early 1900s, Franklin established a poorhouse on Summer Street. In later years, it became the Hillcrest Convalescent Home. Today, there are apartments there. Winter Street. This picture was taken probably in the 1920s. It's looking up Winter Street towards Summer Street. And here is that same view today. And as you can see, not too much has changed. This is the E.A. Staples Straw Factory. It was built in 1906. And this is what it looks like today. School Street. The building on the left is the Thayer School. That was Franklin's original high school. And the church is the Baptist Church. That church was actually moved down from Main Street to this location in 1872. The 1938 hurricane heavily damaged the Baptist Church. It was repaired and was still used for a few more years, but then a fire destroyed it after that. And then in later years, this building was constructed in its place. This home is on School Street near Hillside Road. It was the home of Eddie Grant, the famous baseball player. And this is what the home looks like today. Hillside Road, which was formerly Alpine Street. This view is taken from Pleasant Street looking up Alpine Street. In 1931, Alpine Street became Hillside Road. And here it is today. Cottage Street. This was the garage of Donald Chapman. He established this in 1916. And this is what the building looks like today. This is Cottage Street looking down from Main Street. Chapman's garage can be seen on the left, and the building on the right, there was a cobbling shop there. And the gentleman who had that cobbler shop was Falcon D'Amico. And here is today's Cottage Street. Alpine Row. This is the George Sims blacksmith shop that was on Alpine Row. And this is what that area looks like today. Spring Street. This is the Wadsworth family home on Spring Street and the general store that was constructed there. And this is what that area looks like today. East Street. This was a schoolhouse on East Street until the late 1800s. Then it became the GAR Hall. GAR stands for the Grand Army of the Republic. In 1963, the GAR Hall was demolished and replaced with a police station. And today, the lot is empty. This is the George Cody garage on East Street after it was heavily damaged by a fire in 1939. Soon after that, they rebuilt the garage. And this is what it looks like today. High Street. This picture was taken in the early 1900s, and it's looking up High Street from Union Street. And here is that same view today. Depot Street. This is a view looking down Depot Street in 1942. And this is what Depot Street looks like today. This picture was taken in 1942. We can see the coal elevator in the picture. And this is what it looks like today. Before we conclude, I'd like to give a special thanks to Rebecca Finnegan and the rest of the staff at the Franklin Historical Museum for their assistance in helping me make this presentation. The Franklin Historical Museum's website is shown here. In addition, the museum can be found on Facebook and Instagram at the museum's website. And this concludes our presentation. Thanks for watching.